Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a new knife to share with you all. This is a new version of a knife that I've showed you not in the not too distant past, and I'm not going to belabor. It's not going to be a long video because this is a different version. But this version, a lot of you, including my wife, are going to like a lot better. Because some people don't like speed holes, and I'm indifferent about the whole thing. I just like the looks of knives. But I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm having a really good day. I'm having a blast making some content to share with all of you. And by the way, every Friday night, Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. That's where we talk about knives. Come and hang out at the live stream. 8:15 till around midnight every Friday night is when we talk about knives. And if there's questions you have about this knife, or if you want size comparisons or anything else, that's the place where we get to interact. But this is the Kansept Knives Cassowary. Would you look at it? Just look at it and all of its cassowariness. And I'll show you the other version here in a second. And I'll have you know there's 11 different variants of the cassowary. When we were at Blade Show, my wife saw this one and it hadn't been released yet, right? We didn't even get to get it. My wife saw this one and oh, she wanted this one. And wait until she finds out that we now have it. She's going to be excited. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure this right here is a titanium backspacer, which is very nice, very, very nice. And this is black and white Nebula fat carbon. Let me get you in there just nice and close and check out that fat carbon fibre. Everybody loves a little fat carbon fibre, right? And at some point, I'll be flashing different variants up on the screen so you get to see the different versions of the cassowary. But I'm going to tell you right now, I love this knife. For a smaller knife, I really do like it. This is the one that I have, and I've carried it many, many times. I enjoy it. I love it. Some folks don't like the speed holes. I'm indifferent about it. If I like the knife, I like the knife. So this one has holes. This one doesn't. They both have a deep carry clip on this side. I wouldn't call it deep carry. It's like deep-ish. You have this much of it showing. So folks are going to know that you do have a pocket knife. They could be like, ooh, what you got there? Ooh, piece of candy. And this is a 3D milled clip. The clip works very nicely. I like that it has that arc. It grabs your pocket and makes sure it goes in where it's supposed to go in. And here is a cross section, a crosshatch version. That's what makes it fat carbon fiber. See all these different layers stacked on top of each other? That's what gives it that 3D effect when you look into it. I can't help it. But here you go. Look at this. Look at this. Pow! Right in the kisser. Now, this is actually a good way to show you a couple different versions of the blades up close. So there is a coated version and there's a non-coated version. And oh my goodness, it's S35VN blade steel, and it almost looks like it has diamonds. Check out this fancy pivot. Look at that. Mr. Fancy Pants. It almost has the same kind of divots like you see in a golf ball, and it does feel very nice. It has a nice tactile feel to it. You have, this is kind of a drop point, spear point medley. What's the word I'm looking for? A hybrid. If a drop point and a spear point love each other very much and they get under the bleachers 9 months later, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the kind of goofery we'll talk about on the live stream. Come and check us out at the live stream. Anyhow, this bad boy from tip to tip is 6.71 inches long, 170 millimeters. It's 2.91 inches or 74 millimeters for your blade. So this isn't a large size knife. It's a medium size, everyday carry folding pocket knife. Here's a couple size comparisons for you while we have it down on the table. This is the CJRB. It's not the Feldspar. This is the Pyrite. And I just like saying Feldspar. And I also like saying Mr. Fancy Pants. And you know, if you're watching this is the first time you've seen the channel and you're like, this dude is off his rocker. No, I'm just having fun. That's what we do. This is the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock. You know these are medium-sized knives, right? This is a smaller knife. It's not a big one. It's not big. And here, of course, is the QSP Penguin, because everybody should have a Penguin, right? Now do you know? I mean, Penguins are still, years after I got this one, still you can get them for the same price, around 32 bucks. On up, you can get these as fancy as you want. And if you're a fancy pants and you like the fancier knives, here is a Spyderco Pair 3. You can see it's smaller than Spyderco Pair 3. And do I have any more? Here's one more on the table. Here is the Vosteed Raccoon for size comparison. Now I know the other one's good. Let's see how this one is. So our fit I'm not getting any movement left or right, up and down, so it's absolutely solid. Get my stuff out of the way so I don't have all the shadows. So no problems there. And it does have a steel lock bar insert, indicated as by that screw right there. And this is a nested frame lock, by the way. One of my absolute favorite locking styles. You get everything that's beneficial about a frame lock, but you don't get that lock up. You don't accidentally keep the blade locked up with your hand. And the pass-through is perfect. The action is buttery smooth. If you like to fidget with your knife, this is an easy fidget knife. It's very snappy. Here's a little bit of acoustics for you. So you hear that it has nice snappy sound. Now my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25, and it disappears into my hand. But giving it the B squeeze, I don't have any hot spots. This is a nice little everyday carry knife. It's a perfect size knife for doing whatever you're gonna do. Now, I will say this, you only have from this point right here, this is where the thickness, this is the thickest part of the blade stock going down to your apex. So there's not a lot of room for it to travel to get thin behind the edge. So it is thicker. It goes up quick. So this isn't going to be one of your slicey knives. This is going to be one of those EDC like package openers, just a general all around, you know, everyday carry knife. This isn't going to be, if you like a very slicey knife, a slicey blade like this, it's not going to be as slicey as like a leaf shaped blade or something to that effect. This is going to be just an average everyday carry knife. They do come with a very nice edge on them. Very nice. And on this side, you can see it says Cassowary. And then over here, you see S35VN blade steel. It has a little bit of jimping. Not a whole lot. It's mildly grabby. It does help just a little bit if you're choked back here. And yeah, I didn't clean the blade off, but that's okay. I already know this is a good knife. And basically, I'm telling you that if you didn't see my last video, yes, the Cassowary exists. And yes, it is a great pocket knife. And it's more of a Mr. Fancy Pants style with the fat carbon fiber, but I know they do have a bunch of other models or a bunch of other variants. And, I don't think I said it. Listen, I was on the website shortly before I started filming this video right now. They've got like, I don't know what it's called. It's like a midsummer clearance. They've got some big kind of sale going on, and check this out. I checked. My discount code, I have a 10% discount code at Kansept Knives. It stacks on top of all the stuff that's on sale. I'll put a link to matter of fact, I'll put a link to all the stuff that's on sale, because you can always go to the sale thing and go through my link. You can use my code, and if something's 40% off, you can stack my code and get it 50% off. So yeah, it's not every day that discount codes are stackable, but I'm telling you, these bad boys are stackable. I don't know how long the sale's going on or anything like that. I just know that it's some kind of clearance sale, and there's a ton of knives on it, and you can use my code. So that is very nice. Very nice. But every Friday night, Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. Come and hang out with us on Fridays. If you have any more questions about this knife, or if you want to see a bunch of other Kansept knives or any other knives, come in. That's where we interact. That's where we get to talk about knives, flashlights, everyday carry gear. We a lot of times end up talking about cheese and definitely pizza. We do a pizza check on Friday nights. 200-300 people are there every Friday, and it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. You will love it. We don't talk about politics or religion. We just chill. We have a good time. The dog comes down. Mrs. Beez comes down. Mrs. Beez drops some knife knowledge, and we always end up with a really good hashtag for when we give away knives, just like this one. This one we're probably not going to give away because I'm going to surprise Mrs. Beez with this bad boy, but I do have some very nice Kansept knives just like this one that we're going to be giving away. So come and hang out on Friday. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up on this video. That'll tell YouTube that, hey, you know, this guy might be weird, but yeah, his content's okay. Or you can give me a thumbs down if you don't like my content, whatever you prefer. Now go watch this video. You'll really enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or the Hive stream, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.